All right, everybody, welcome to the new setup that I have now for Smack Talk. I've invested in microphone arm, podcast, like microphones and whatnot, and try to get the audio a lot better for everybody. So hopefully you'll notice it straight off the rip. Hopefully it looks a wee bit better too, a wee bit more professional. Joe Rogan has stepped aside and left a big gap on the YouTube platform for the next up and coming podcaster. So here I am. I'm joking. Oh, I'm joking. So what's been going on for me this week? Basically, I've invested a lot of time and money into setting up this sort of studio that I've got on my room. Hopefully you appreciate the difference in it. I'm trying to get this onto podcast sites like Spotify and Apple and whatnot, but I'm still working on a logo and a podcast cover for that. So if any of you kind listeners are good at that sort of thing and want to possibly send me one, please do. I will not pay you because I don't have any money, but if you feel free and you're bored, send me something through if you want. I've currently been working on something that I quite like, but it's just missing a few tweaks here and there, so I'm not ready to put it out yet on the podcast sites because I just want the logo to be good and solid and ready to rock and something that'll last a good amount of time. So yeah, we'll see how that goes in the future and just get the audio only version so you don't have to stare at my face on YouTube as well. You can listen to this in the car or wherever as you go. Make sure you just download it whenever it is live. But don't worry, I'll let you all know about that. The main things I've been doing this week was I watched the Jordan documentary, and oh my god, the best series, second best series after Breaking Bad I've ever watched, but the best series of a sports person documentary I've ever watched. I think I put that on my Twitter. Like, unbelievable. The mindset that it shows you, his career, how passionate he was, the things he accomplished. Like, I'm not really into basketball, so I don't really know the whole way it all works out and like different players and comparison stuff, so I'm not going to go into any of that. But in terms of an athlete that has impacted a sport the way he impacted basketball is just phenomenal. The only person I can think of in modern times who's done something like that is McGregor, and even McGregor at that level, like he hasn't done what Jordan did. Jordan had like the clothing range, like Jordan shoes are the most popular selling shoes ever, I'm pretty sure. Like, just the whole culture, like everything they wore, everything, he brought it into countries and as a culture and as a style more so than just the game. The game was just one part of it, but he brought the whole of the NBA and basketball culture to the world, which is just unbelievable. Like, even look at like there's tracksuits and all back that I couldn't help but watch and be like, damn, that jacket's class. Like, they're like sweatshirts and all, like them Chicago Bulls stuff, like 100% would wear that now. I thought their stuff was absolutely class. Like that sort of that fashion's back in. 100% wear it. I actually bought a pair of Jordans not because I'm a hype beast. Well, kind of am, but I bought a pair of Jordans mid ones. They're like a red and black one, for £74 I think it was. Got them on sale with the Uni Days discount, and they're now worth £140 now the documentary's over. So yeah, good investment. And I think the shoes are sick. It's a bold claim for someone in Northern Ireland to try pull off a pair of Jordans, but I am the person. I am going to give it a go when this is all over. Break down the barriers and get out there, show my face, and try and make them work. Bring them into style. I think people will be all down because I think they're going to be class. Pure overconfidence with it, but sure, somebody has to do it. Somebody has to do it. Apart from that, oh yeah, I touched on this earlier. Joe Rogan. Take a moment of silence. RIP. He's left us. He's leaving the YouTube community and moving to Spotify exclusive. Now, let's first touch on the aspect from Spotify. This is possibly the smartest move Spotify could have ever made. Like, they have brought in arguably the biggest show in the world right now. Like, he could get me on his podcast and the YouTube video would hit 1 million views. Like, anyone that goes on that show, you could never have heard him in your life and it's 1 million views, almost guaranteed. And that's not even touching on whenever you get like your big stars in, like he has Kevin Hart on, Elon Musk, like all them people, like unbelievable, literally crazy. And I seen numbers being thrown around like 100 million and 70 million, 90 million. I watched a show called Fighter and the Kid, who two people that are very close to them, and they said whatever the numbers you're seeing thrown around isn't even close. It's more. Man has made bank. So in terms of Joe Rogan, like, but the show itself, I am raging because I cancelled my Spotify by a couple of weeks ago because I was getting charged the full rate instead of the student rate, like an idiot. And they said, oh, because you cancelled it, you can't get the student rate again. So I was just like, screw you, I'm not paying the £10 a month. But now that Joe Rogan's going to go Spotify exclusive, I will happily pay £10 a month. Like, that's, what are you going to bet it? It's absolutely insane. They signed him. It's the biggest show in the world. I can't believe he signed for them. Like, it's absolutely crazy. And if you're into podcasts and you're into that sort of stuff, I'm sure you're mind blown too. People are giving him hate, need to wise up as well. Like, people call him a sellout and whatnot for things he said in the past, being like, podcast should be free. It will still be free. They're just going to run ads in it the way every YouTube video does anyway. And also, if you're telling me whoever this Sado is saying, oh, you're a sellout, you're offered something like 150 million for your show, you'd turn around and go, no. What? Of course you'd take the money. YouTube demonetized so many videos belonging to him because he like swears or smokes weed. Like, I'm pretty sure that Elon Musk video, the first one he did, got demonetized because of smoke weed on it. Go figure. Like, he's like, people just laugh about those things, oh, but they're rich anyway. Why would you put up with that? He may as well go make absolute bank and live out his life the way he wants to, get all the money. Like, that's him basically set for life. Fair play to him, and congratulations, Joe Rogan, if you happen to listen to SMAC Talk, which you definitely don't. Right, so this second half of the show, I've sort of changed up a wee bit. I have reached out on Instagram and said, if you have any topics, anything at all, from unpopular opinions to current events or social trends you want me to react to, let me know. And you have. And the main one that came back, and I thank you for everyone getting in contact, but god damn it, people want me to react to the isolation rules being lifted and people being allowed to meet in groups of 6. And I don't really want to talk about this, but I will get into it slightly anyway and try and move off it. Basically what has happened is people have been told you can meet in up to groups of 6 in Northern Ireland. And what has happened is people are meeting in groups of 6 but not socially distancing, which is the whole point. The whole point is you're meant to keep your distance so that you can then chat to your mates and do whatever. Like, if you want to go drinking, drink, but you have to stay outside the house and drink. But what has happened is, in my eyes and what I've seen, is people are meeting, posting that they're socially distancing, but sitting toe to toe with their mate and drinking and whatnot. Like, it's just pointless. Like, if you're getting photos with each other and all, and like posing all, like, just come on, another few weeks and we're probably out of this for good. And if you're gonna do it, be smart and don't post pictures with your mates. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna meet your mates, fair enough, but don't post pictures on social media of you hugging your friend you haven't seen in 9 weeks because of the lockdown. Yeah, so I'm moving off this topic as swiftly as possible because I hate discussing it, and have since I've started doing this. I'm so done with it. I just want it all to be over and get me on a stage to talk about comedy soon. Thanks, Big BJ Johnson. Right, so the second thing I was getting was unpopular opinions, and some of these are absolute crackers. So I would start with my own unpopular opinions. First unpopular opinion is coffee is overrated. I hate coffee. I hate the sight of it. I hate the smell of it. I hate the taste of it. I hate the price of it. I hate the culture around it. Like, it's absolutely daft. I am a tea drinker. I love my tea, but I won't even pay for a tea out when I'm out and about unless it's like a proper, like, sit down, meet with someone, which you can't do at the minute, so there's no point. But I just don't get coffee. I really don't get it. Like, people say, oh, but it has energy levels and like gives me a boost and whatnot, and that's fair enough if it does. But for me, I used to work full time in a swimming pool, and basically I'd be sitting some days like a zombie, and these wee old biddies and all sit there and be like, oh, you look wrecked, son, what's wrong with you? You should have a coffee. And just sitting there like, leave me alone. But see, about an hour, 2 hours, I'd get my energy back up. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fine. But there's people that I work with that could not function without their coffee in the morning, and that's something that really freaked me out. I could not be that person. So yeah, for me, unpopular opinion, coffee. Stinking. Another point to make with the coffee thing as well is that coffee shops have now got up in their windows like NHS, but people can come in and get their coffee. But you're supporting the NHS, but you're letting people come into your shop, which isn't socially distancing. So make up your mind. Do you want people to be safe and protect the NHS or not? Just food for thought. Another unpopular opinion. That actually wasn't mine, but I do agree with it all the same. And finally, I had an unpopular opinion here as well. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, final unpopular opinion is, what is the point of post? Emails exist. Why are people still sending post? Unless it's a package, why you send letters? It's 2020. What are you doing? But yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's going to do it. Running in 10 minutes here, so thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave any feedback if you want me to react to it in the future. This has been Smack Talk. I'll see you all the same time, same place. Be there.